Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. Pam Joseph here, remotely in my humble abode. Right, now, he wears a different career hat now, but he's formerly senior reporter and broadcaster at Choice FM Radio, and still has his ears and his eyes in both the UK and the US of A. Plus, he's my old work buddy. Welcome, Beresford Mack.
Hi, Pam. Can you hear me?
I can see you and hear you. With that voice, you could not ever hear you.
Brilliant.
How are you, sir?
I'm not bad. Good to see you. Pleasure seeing you again. Oh goodness, I had to go. I normally exercise every day, so I went out early to do the exercise to get back in time to do the show with you. So yes.
Oh, well done. You need to keep up the exercise. Need to keep up the exercise.
Yes.
I said in my intro. I said in the intro, Beresford, that actually you have got a different career hat on, and we're going to be talking about that a bit later on. But as I said, you know, you're my old working buddy there in the newsroom. But you also now differently got a situation where you're USA more or less based now, as well as having things still going on in the UK. So on that score now, and as we're going through what we're going through, we've got the coronavirus pandemic, and now we have what we call a very bad race relations going on across here and America because of the tragic and monstrous death of George Floyd in Minneapolis on the 25th of May. But that in mind now, what are your feelers telling you, your contacts in America? We see these reports, we see everything coming through, but what are you hearing on the grassroots level, on the ground? How is everyone taking it, really? And what are they intending to do to make, dare I say this, to make something out of this tragedy?
Well, Pam, first of all, again, thanks for having me on the show, one. And then secondly, what I would say is what happened to George Floyd should never have happened. He was murdered in broad daylight in the United States. And as a Black person living in Atlanta, and I've said this to a lot of my friends, you worry every day you step out your house. I step out, I go to Walmart, I have to think about so many different things before I get to the supermarket. And then when I get to the supermarket, I still also have to be aware of what's going on. Fortunately for me, or unfortunately for me, I got stuck here in the UK. I'm heading back shortly. From talking to my colleagues that I work with in Atlanta, it's not unfortunate, but what we keep saying is 30 years ago, we were here with Rodney King.
Yeah.
Al Sharpton said it very well at the memorial for George Floyd. And he said, it's not that we don't want to do things, but for years, the system has had its knee on our neck. So we can't move forward. Because I work in the entertainment world, I tend to focus on that. And we both had a private conversation yesterday. And I went off and I did some research and I started speaking with my contacts again there to find out exactly how are some of the young music artists responding to what's going on. And I saw someone coming at LL Cool J because he did a rap about the whole situation that we're going through as Black people in America. And everyone, a lot of, young people came at him like, oh, your flow is old, this, that. But what I've noticed now, is that a lot of the younger artists, they're speaking up to their followers, not in a way where some people would expect. You're not going to have them coming out with a song like What's Going On, that Marvin Gaye track. There's too many of us dying. What's really going on. You're not going to hear that sort of music, but they would reference what happened to George Floyd in their lyrics. They would reference the whole police beating and the whole police brutality. So should they be on Zoom doing a special concert and rallying more and stuff? Absolutely. I'd like to see that. We all jump together to do so many other things, but I would love to see them come together on Zoom and do, rather than we having these one-on-one clashes, in terms of music, let's all get together, put this together, raise some money, and then put the money behind the organizations that are fighting for equality, for justice, for African Americans in America.
Mm-hmm.
I sound like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, but that's your field. That's what's going out there. The young artists, because just for Beresford's already given the hint now. He's into entertainment field, and you are promoting young upcoming artists from America. So, do they have the same mindset as the Black British artists, or do you think they've gone way over because they've, like you just said, they've had enough? They're tired. Can they not be bothered?
You see, the thing, Pam, what I say to a lot of artists, because I get to work with so many of them, having, being a consultant for Jaded Records in America, in Atlanta, and they develop artists for the major labels. And so what I've been talking to my colleagues about is that the struggle in the US is a little bit different from the struggle here in the UK. A lot of these young artists in America have had to go through so much. Whereas here, listen, if you're poor in America, you're poor. There's no system that can help you like here. I remember when they had EMAs and kids were going to school just to get the money. That doesn't happen in America. Yeah. So the struggle is different. And I know people will get at me and saying, oh, but it is a racism worldwide. But you have to break it down into context. In America, the system is set up so much that in a way that it affects us as Black people. Yeah. And it's just set up that way. Racism in America is way more blatant in your face than here in the UK. So subtle. So you have institutional racism. You have, the racists are not going to come out and call you the N-word or do certain things. In America, they're going to tell you that. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel that the power that the UK artists have, yeah, is that they have the financial be all to drive forward the music without the system behind of them. Yeah, because I'm saying if you look at all of the big name artists that are out here in the UK, if they all got together and did a show or put together a package and say to Live Nation, hey, this is what we're doing, they could stop wireless. You see the power? Because rather than having the company coming to you and saying, we're going to book you on wireless, you should be going to the company and say, hey, this is what we have. Yeah, we're going to put it in the park and we're going to fill it out. So either you support us or not. And so that's what the American artists have. They will put together a screen, let's say a summer tour and go to a radio station and say, hey, listen, we're going to have Chris Brown. We're bringing back B2K. We're going to have Omarion doing his own thing. We're going to have Mario. We're going to bring Bow Wow back. And they put all of these artists together. Yeah. And then go to the corporate and say, hey, we need you to support us, rather than the corporate coming in saying, guys, we'd like to put this together. Would you want to be with us? So that's the power we have to get equality. That's the power we have to change things. And so I think in America, the young artists are realizing that. And so they're signing each other. That's the difference. They take, for example, Gucci Mane. He will sign a young upcoming artist before they blow. And then he takes that artist to the record label and say, hey, this is my artist. Yeah, we've done all the groundwork. I only want distribution from you. So, we have the power to drive and change the system to give us that justice. But all we're asking for the system to do, which I don't easily forget, is just take your knee off our neck for a second. Pam, if that knee comes off, do you know how powerful we are? I mean, sometimes I wonder, is that what they're scared of?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Or what have we done? What have we done to you people? Yeah. And I'll say it like that. What have we done? Just tell us so we understand. You know what I'm saying? But then we have to get up now and take the steps to show the system that we don't have to depend on you. And I think in the music world, and I could only speak, 50% because I'm in Atlanta, where a lot of the music is being turned out now. In the music world, that's what you're seeing. A lot of these rappers, all the little this and the little that and the young this and the young that, they've been signed by Young Thug before they even came out, and Young Thug is not even in his 30s. And he's signing an artist who's 22.
Oh, gosh. And so perhaps the British, whether you're in production, musical production, whether you're an artist or what have you, they could learn a lot from the way the Americans do it, because we don't have enough Jay-Z's over here. We don't have enough producers over here.
Pam, you have a lot. There are a lot here. It's the opportunity. And I think that, and I'll give you a classic example. I remembered clearly, and I'll never forget this. I remembered clearly when Future first came out. He wasn't as big as he was. And the guy who was working with him, I had worked with him at Platinum Music Publishing when I first moved to Atlanta. He said, this guy's going to be big. Yeah, try and push his music in the UK for us. I called up a music plugger out here. He laughed at me. He said, where are you going with this foolishness? Ain't nobody going to listen to this. I said, guys, this is going to be the next thing. Yeah. Guess what happened? 4 years after, when Future blew up, then he's reaching out to me asking, how much is it going to cost to book him for a show? I said, well, hey, I lost that contact. Not that I lost it, but I just didn't want to do it because he didn't believe in what I was saying. See what I'm saying? So before, they have to be more open. There's enough Jay-Z's right here. Maybe not on Jay-Z, not on the billionaire level, but on the hustle mentality. They're here in the UK. I think because a lot, you gotta understand, in America, there's a saying, you snooze, you lose. Everybody, every young artist believes that they're the next best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
So they're out there hustling. Here in the UK, you get one hit, it goes to your head, you put another song out, you get another, it's gravitating to what you're doing, and it's over. Let me just do what I got to do and keep my little cleat tight because I see this other artist as a competition. Yeah, no, I should reach out and open the door. All we need is one person to get their big toe through the door. So it keeps it open, and then all of us just come in, push it back.
Come in like that. Yeah, Beresford, I hope, and I'm just going to say this now, that, everything you said, it's great, but I just hope that we see the action. Sometimes people are saying that we keep talking. We're really good at talking. We really do talk well, but sometimes, nothing comes out of it. But let's move on because, well, time is running out. We want to talk to you a bit more about your, you said you're consultant, Jaden Records, Atlanta. We want to talk to you about that because the viewers need to know how you're going to be having a proper relationship with the lifestyle show in terms of us raising the profile of these up-and-coming artists from the US of A.
Right. And so basically, and these are discussions that have been having behind the scenes with yourself and the team. What we have in the US is that we have a lot of young artists and a lot of independent artists coming through. And they're interested in getting their music and their brand in the UK. So a perfect way of doing this is by working with Lifestyle on Ben to give them an opportunity like what you're giving me right now to be on here to talk about what I do and about this relationship. So what we're going to start looking at is now bringing some of these artists together or having the opportunity for them to come in and speak to you, Pam, on a regular basis. About their music, about their brand, exposing them to the UK via their video, their music, and just talking with you. We're going to be developing that. We're in the advanced stage of getting it done, and it's going to be exciting because they truly want to do it. They love the UK. Although a lot of them think that the whole of the UK is Europe, they get here, they get on a platform like this. It's going to be great for them. And that's what they're looking forward to doing. And I'm excited about it because I think, it's going to give them that opportunity to come into a space where they generally would not know how to do it unless they were signed by a major label.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Beresford, working with you. We're going to be enjoying working with you. So what we want to do, Russ, right now as we end, can you give us any, social media contacts?
Okay, so I'm not great on social media, but I tend but this is the thing, Pam. And people go, well, why are you not? Because my referrals come from inside of the industry. So I don't go out and advertise my service. I get referred to by people who I've worked with. But if anything, you can always check out jadedrecords.net. That's in the US. You can send them an email. It's all on the website, info@jadedrecords.net. And and just let them know that you're interested in doing stuff, and they'll pass it on to me, and we'll take it from there. Or we'll have a conversation about it and put as much information as you can in there, so that we know who we're coming back to talk to. And obviously, secondly, hey, Lifestyle on Ben, reach out to yourself, Pam, and and the team, and you guys can contact me and let me know what's happening.
Brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. And it's great to see you and hear from you again, Beresford.
It's great to see you again. It's been a long time. So, hey.
I know. Do take care. And of course, we're going to be hooking up from time to time.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Right, yeah, bye.
Okay. All right on. I think we're going to go straight to the big one for today. So we're going to be back after this.